Anybody from this side? Yes. Yes, Jeet.
Yes, I just want to raise a question and clarify the audience. A lot of time people say that the dress which we wear in the Western society, like Agir the tribe, even back in Pakistan, and they say it's not an Islamic dress. And there is a very hot topic going on about the women real right now in Australia, and that is causing a lot of problems for the women going in the shopping centers. Like sometimes my mom goes to the shopping center and the people watch us because she's wearing not a hijab, but she's wearing a...
Your question is clear. As far as the dress is concerned, there is no specific details, no specific details are given categorically by Quran and Sunnah and Sharia or the companion regarding a specific form of dress. The Islamic dress means the dress based on sharm and haya, which covers your body and which covers your specific organs. That's it. All other things are cultural. As far as the tie, your jacket, your pant is concerned, this is neither Islamic nor un-Islamic. You can wear, it is Islamically, 100% Islamically, it is permissible. Nothing is, only I told anything is prohibited where Quran and Sunnah or Sharia is categorically prohibited or forbidden that thing. All remaining things have been made permissible and indifferent for the Muslim, they can use. So, as far as the dress is concerned, unless the dress covers the body of the woman, for men, whatever dress you are wearing is Islamic dress. Whatever I am wearing, although different in form, is Islamic. Whatever the professor is wearing, different in form, but Islamic. Everybody is wearing, our sons and brothers wearing different dress, Islamic. So the dress which covers nicely is Islamic. And as far as the veil is concerned, covering the head and the body, except hand, face, hands and feet. This is the mandatory dress for the women. Covering the face with veil is not mandatory or is not compulsory, is not fard, not wajib. Covering the hands and feet are not given, Holy Prophet never gave this commandment to the companions. So this is just something which creates confusions about Islam and the society. About veil, it differs from place to place, from society to society, from situation to situation. If you feel fear, in a certain atmosphere where you are working, the people will gaze you, they will chase you, and you feel embarrassed, then it's better to cover your veil. And I think covering the veil is much more necessary in Muslim world than the non-Muslim world. In Pakistan and India, if the ladies go there, every single person except a few pious people, they will chase her, they will look at her face. I belong to that part of the world. And they say, here nobody cares about you. Nobody chases your face. Nobody puts eyes into your eyes. You are working in your office because this is the culture, they are used to this manner. So here you are more safer as compared to the Muslim world society where the people look at your eyes, the women's face and things. So here you are more safer. Nobody can raise voice against you. Nobody can touch you. There anybody can kidnap anytime, whenever he wants. So these things are more necessary in the Muslim world, other than as compared to the Western world. So if still somebody wants to wear the veil as a cultural matter or as for spiritual satisfaction, it is not disallowed. It is permissible. But when the identity comes, the matter of identity, it is incumbent and mandatory for her to remove for identity. The law demands removal, at that time it is mandatory for her to remove it for identity. She can't say no. This is the law of the land. Clear?
Okay, we have
Some, one this.